Welcome back. Governor Bill Lee delivered his 7th State of the State address to the GOP-controlled state legislature. In it, he praised efforts in the special session dealing with hurricane relief funding for East Tennessee victims, help for the Trump mass deportation effort, and passage of a school voucher bill. He told lawmakers 2025 is the year to be bold, to think big. Democrats claim it's the same old GOP playbook with no new initiatives.
Thank you.
Governor Lee began his State of the State by claiming success in the special session to provide aid to East Tennessee hurricane victims months after the storm hit, pledging full support with the Trump mass deportation plan. That drew vocal opposition from the balcony.
And the volunteer state is ready for that.
And passage of his school voucher plan.
We innovated our approach to education with new creative investments in public school facilities, and we have finally brought universal school choice to Tennessee families. Thank you.
A recent poll shows 70% of Tennesseans oppose school vouchers that allow taxpayer funds to pay for private schools. Tennessee Democratic leaders agree.
A voucher scam that's going to end up depleting badly needed funds from our public schools and running up our state deficit as that program continues to grow.
Governor Lee pointed out about our education system. We have to actually have investments in our education system that beats the cost of inflation and that actually invests in public schools, not private schools.
2025 should be the year to think bigger and to think boldly about what is possible and to go there. If Tennessee has led the nation as a beacon of opportunity and security and freedom, then why can't we be the nation's capital of innovation too? Somebody is going to determine what the future looks like, and that should be Tennessee.
The governor addressed the need for infrastructure funding.
Safe, reliable roads, it's a primary responsibility of state government, but there are limited funds to fulfill an unlimited need. So 2 years ago, we began addressing this complex problem by passing the Transportation Modernization Act to finally innovate how we build our roads. And we will not stop there. This year, we will propose in our budget $1 billion to TDOT to build and maintain roads and bridges all across Tennessee.
This governor was bragging about $1 billion for transportation projects. Our state is $40 billion in the hole on road and bridge needs across the state of Tennessee. We have a $78 billion backlog of infrastructure projects.
The governor pointed to innovative approaches for complicated problems.
Most innovative approach that this General Assembly has taken in my time as governor. 4 years ago, you asked my administration to pursue a block grant for Medicaid. Today, we're still the only state in the country that has a shared savings agreement with the federal government. Because Tennessee was willing to challenge the status quo, we have saved $1 billion in Medicaid costs to date. And that has enabled us to invest more in mothers, in infants, in mental health, in rural health, and we'll continue to reinvest those savings into our Medicaid population.
And 7 years into this governor's administration, he continues to say the same old tired agenda items when he's up there trying to talk about being innovative.
The governor claimed Tennessee is poised to be the epicenter of energy innovation.
Our greatest challenges do provide the environment for our greatest innovations. The volunteer state is on track to be the epicenter of energy innovation. So Tennessee's ambition to lead in nuclear innovation is much bigger than just competing with other states. This is about securing the future of America.
This governor talked about we can't solve the challenges of today with conventional thinking. That's quite a statement from somebody who's using the same old tricks and the same old ideas out of the old GOP playbook. Tax breaks for billionaires, culture war nonsense, politics of fear. Items that he listed as innovative thinking, toll lanes.
We've now laid the groundwork. We have a willing partner in the White House. Now is the time to develop the Clinch River site and build the first small modular reactor in the nation on Tennessee soil.
And the governor looked to the future.
Our state's next great achievements will come from those who dare to question, who dare to innovate, to see the world not as it is, but as it could be. We know what it takes to be better. And as Einstein also said, those who have the privilege to know have the duty to act. May each of us respond to that duty together.
Lastly, something that was glaringly omitted had something to do with gun safety. We just had a shooting in Antioch not that long ago. We all remember what happened in Covenant. I represent Memphis, and we have several incidences of gun violence there. But we're standing on this stage right now saying we're about the Tennessee people, okay? And that is what we have to focus on. That's what's right. Just because you have the majority does not mean you represent the majority of the ideas of people across the state. And we just want my colleagues to make sure that they recognize that and are willing to work together.
Our state's next great achievements will come from those who dare to question, who dare to innovate, to see the world not as it is, but as it could be. We know what it takes to be better. And as Einstein also said, those who have the privilege to know have the duty to act. May each of us respond to that duty together.
Welcome back. It took several tries, but Governor Bill Lee finally got his school voucher bill, the Tennessee Education Freedom Act, approved. It allows parents to use $7,000 of state education funding to pay for private school tuition if they so choose. Democrats call it a scam. The governor signed the bill into law this week.
What an important day for these young people and the tens of thousands that they represent.
It took a few tries, but Governor Bill Lee prevailed, changing the education system in Tennessee, winning approval of his school voucher plan, the Tennessee Education Freedom Act.
I am so grateful for the opportunity for us to come together today and celebrate universal school choice for Tennessee families.
The governor signing the bill makes it official. It will provide over $7,000 for parents to use to send their child to private school.
I learned a long time ago that education changes the trajectory of a child's life forever. And today we put in place a piece of legislation that will change the future of Tennessee forever, because it changes the trajectory of the next generation of Tennesseans.
The legislation won approval as it was whisked through a special called session, losing some Republican votes. It won approval despite opposition from teachers, despite opposition from many rural Tennessee school systems, and according to a recent poll, despite 70% of Tennesseans who said they oppose school vouchers.
These kids are why we do this, but nobody knows and cares more for the success of a kid than their parent. And when we give those parents a choice, like they'll now have, then we know that the outcomes for their children will be what the parent wants. And that's best for that child.
Tennessee Democrats called the voucher system a scam that will hurt public education by taking dollars away.
There are a lot of folks here, as I look at your faces, that for years and years have been encouraging this process, advocating for it, helping to get this done. There are a lot of people in this state who understood just how important this was for the future of our children.
Those who did favor the school voucher system included the Political Action Committee, Americans for Prosperity, who spent millions to get pro-voucher candidates elected in Tennessee.
And we want to make sure that you and the million children that are in our education system, both public and private, that you have every single opportunity that you can have to be as successful as you can, because Tennessee will continue to lead the nation because of young people like you.
Stay with us. This Week continues in a moment. I want to thank you for spending part of your weekend with us. That will do it for another edition of This Week. We hope to see you back here next weekend for another edition of This Week. Between now and then, enjoy your week.